Well, I'm here with Tom Panos himself. I just want to say, first of all, thank you, Tom, for presenting to the team. They love it. I love it. I love your energy and just the matter of factness about your answers about real estate. I want to start off by asking a question about mindset of real estate agents. Even in this office and throughout the industry, what frustrates me is I have some people here with the ability to make $1 million a year, and some are happy to, or not happy, but some are making $50,000 a year. We all have the same resources. We know what we have to do. Why is it that some people can make so much money in this game? And I believe real estate is one of those industries that it's the ultimate entrepreneurial pursuit. Why is it that so many people can make money and others just fail to do so?
Look, if we were able to, Andrew, solve that in the next 60 seconds, the issue would be people like me that make a bit of a living out of training would be out of a job, right? So in many ways, if you think about what I talked about this morning, is stuff that people sort of already know, but they don't do. So then the real question is, why don't people do the thing that's right for them? Why don't people eat broccoli when it's good for them? Why don't people not drink when they know drinking too much, right? So you turn around and say is, like, people have the information, why don't they do it? And ultimately I think what it is Andrew, is that there's a group of people in your business, and you're like this, I mean, I know what your daily rituals are, that you'll do things that make you feel uncomfortable, and even though you don't want to do them, you'll do them. You'll get up in the winter and you'll go to the gym while it's cold, but you'll still do the right thing, not the easy thing. And I think what the really successful people do is that they're able to understand that they're prepared to do things today that other agents won't do today, so they can have things tomorrow that other agents won't have tomorrow. So have this ability, what I call delayed gratification. The ability to have this sugary, crispy creme in front of them and say, no, that thing there is going to take me 1 hour on the treadmill. Whereas another person will say, oh, I shouldn't, and I'll eat it, right? So it's delayed gratification.
And is that a sense of purpose, do you think? I mean, I know that successful people form the habits of doing those things that unsuccessful people don't do. Is it a sense of purpose? Like writing down goals, achieving goals, is that something they jump out of bed every morning and they've got a why to their life? Is that why they make the decision to be successful in the first place?
I think the person that jumps out of bed, as you described, doesn't need an alarm clock, because purpose is stronger than any alarm clock. Yeah. So 100%, when you've got an absolute clear reason on why what you're doing, you're more inclined to go through obstacles to get it, right? If you've got a visualization that in 12 months time, you're gonna own an investment property, your family would have spent 3 weeks at the Whitsundays, and that you would have reduced your mortgage by $200,000, you most likely, if you keep visualizing that, you most likely will make 80 calls a day, right? Alternatively, if you're a person that wakes up, that doesn't know why they're doing what they're doing, they're always going to be driven by their feelings. And their feelings are going to say, I don't feel like doing it, so I don't do it. So I would absolutely 100% say having a clear reason helps a lot.
And like Dr. Fred Gross says, you've got to be like a madman on a mission. So if you have a goal, if you're a madman on a mission, that's how you achieve a goal or achieve a purpose in life.
I love that term, madman on a mission. Yep. Mate, if you look at any startup company, startups are really interesting, because what you see in a startup is you see people that are like a cult. Yep. They are like madmen on a mission, right? It's like they basically, sleep is an interruption to them.
Single-mindedness.
Laser focus.
Yep. So Tom, we covered off a little bit about this in your presentation, the market. It's changing. There's a recent article about mortgage stress, and the statistic that came out that's alarming is that if interest rates went up by 0.5%, a third of Australians couldn't pay their mortgages right now. What advice do you have for real estate agents in a market that's getting tighter, where we're going to see prices coming down? What advice for those agents, especially those that are new to the game, that think it's all about driving BMWs and wearing flashy Armani suits, which we know it's not? What's the advice for them?
Well, I wish I was able to speak to those people a year ago, because maybe they would not have actually bought that $160,000 car because they thought that the party was going to keep going till 2021, which is obviously it hasn't. But I haven't had an opportunity to speak to them then. So what I would suggest is this: you better upgrade your skill, make the decision to go pro, because all of a sudden the marketplace will no longer give you an unfair advantage over an experienced agent. Andrew, you're a top operator. You run one of the top real estate offices in the country. I think number 7 for Harcourts in Australia, right? So you know as well as I do that when the market's good, an average agent and a good agent, like, they're not that much different, because what they do doesn't matter as much as the market. The market puts deals together. All of a sudden, we're in a situation now where you've got a vendor that wants 1.7, the market's only saying 1.4, 1.5. Now, that person that's got no skill, no ability to have crucial conversations, not a trusted advisor, cannot create evidence-based techniques, that person now is struggling, because they're saying, but where's the market? Here's what I say is, the market is non-reliable. Your skills are in your corner. So I would say is upgrade your skills. And I can see, I've come in here today and I've been coming in here regularly to your office over the last few years, because you're a business that understands that the biggest investment you can make is improving your skills. The biggest asset that you have is your earning ability, right? Like, if you're a good earner and you can earn $2 million as GCI over 30 years, we're talking about $40-50 million. That's major money we're talking about. So the biggest asset is upgrade your skills.
And I think what we're going to see a lot of is fee discounting. And I've always been of the belief that if you prove your value proposition, or your point of difference, which is what we're trying to do here as an office and also as individuals through training, I think then you're going to not have to compete with those agents who have to go down to 0.8% just to get business. If you can still charge your full fee, but let the vendor know that you are worth that, because at the end of the day, you're going to get a better result for them. I think that is key to moving forward as well for a skill of an agent.
Well, Andrew, it's interesting you talk about the fee discounters, because the latest research, and I sat through a overseas conference where they had people from Facebook and Zillow speaking. The latest research in the world of pricing is showing that the experiment of low fees has shown it's not working. Consumers are not happy about it, because they actually thought that things were going to be better, but they've been disappointed with the experiment. In addition to that, companies have not won market share by fee cutting. And I'm not just talking about real estate. We're talking about people here, Silicon Valley. We're talking about Facebook is saying that the experiment on low is not working. So I think that if that's been your strategy, you've got challenges.
Because people want value. I know when I buy something, Tom, I'm the person that wants the good service and the value. I'm willing to pay a little bit more to get that service and value, rather than just paying a cheap discounter.
Correct. So the experiment went this way. We want something cheap. They got the service, they got disappointed with the service, and then 2 years later, people are saying, hey, I didn't want cheap. I actually just thought that cheap, they were all the same, and they're realizing that cheap is not all the same. And generally speaking, you know, and well as I know, that the best agent and the cheapest agent are generally not the same agent.
Absolutely correct. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, from the best in the business, Tom Panos. Tom, thank you very much for joining us at the office here today. Your words are always encouraging, and it's great to have you on board.